goggles are getting foggy already because I've been sweating.
Are you going to wear this?
Probably not.
Okay.
Then I can't see.
So we're here with Phillip Morris, who is a political comedy-like rapper from Chicago. A big part of Connect 4. He's been for a while, actually, since the 2020 days. So what do you feel about the event that you're here for today, the Resistance event, 9/11 from Chile to Chicago?
I feel really good about it. I was very happy to be invited to be a part of this by Rebel Diaz. Actually, the first time I ever picked up a microphone in a public setting was at a house party that Rodrigo from Rebel Diaz was throwing down at University of Illinois back in whatever year that was, and it's awesome. So it's nice to see things come full circle. I always love rocking with them. But yes, it's also 9/11, and this event has it's going to be lots of politics floating around in the air.
Are you going to gear your song choice towards the theme of today's event?
Somewhat, and some songs are just going to be funny and hilarious because, I don't want to depress anybody.
This is true.
Yeah, I want to make him smile too. It'll be like up and down roller coaster of like politics and funny stuff in politics. Not that politics is a down point, but it'll be like more of a downer because it's like serious.
You do have a good mix of humor in your music, but also you do touch on some issues like corporations and control of the government. Are those things that interest you?
Yeah, I like to always discuss how it affects not only me but the listener as well, and I try to hit home with the politics when I talk about them and try to make it as closely related to people's lives as possible because I feel that helps get my point across a little bit more easily. But yeah, definitely going to be speaking upon some of those issues tonight.
Okay, we're excited to hear that. You've been actually kind of like on tour this summer, Phillip. You've been all over the place doing summer festivals and stuff. Mm-hmm. You also did the Connect 4 Block Party earlier this summer. Do you like working the smaller events, or I'm sure the events will get bigger and bigger as you go on?
Yeah, I've done some bigger ones this summer too, and some smaller ones. I just like random lineups, and I really like lineups where like I'm the only rapper on the bill. Those are the ones that like really make me happy. It's like new people. I usually meet new people and make new fans and give lots of hugs and smiles. I just like to perform.
You actually this summer have been having a lot of random fan experiences.
Yes.
Actually, some pretty funny ones. Do you want to tell us about the belly button or the foot incident?
I want to tell you about them both. So, when I went to Minneapolis this weekend, this lady put her finger in my belly button twice, and she kind of dug around in it a little bit, and that was cool. I don't know if she smelled her finger afterwards, but that was pretty hot. And it was very intimate, and it had never happened before. And when I did the Q4 Famo reunion at Double Door, I had someone grab my bare foot by the heel and proceed to lick my foot from heel to toe. And that was hot too. A lot of people thought that was gross. I thought it was really hot.
Do you appreciate those sort of fan, the way the fans reach out like that?
I do. It's new. Those things had never happened to me before until like that moment. So I liked it. It tickled both times.
Okay, going from random to something maybe a little bit more serious. You actually kind of have grown with Connect 4, and you've actually seen a lot of the bands that have come out of it. What are some of your favorite bands that you've
Some of my favorite bands? Ooh. Let's see. Shannon versus a Stranger. I met him at Connect 4. He's really good. Blah Blah Blah. I met them at Connect 4. They're really good. The Embraceables. I actually met Maggie at Connect 4. I'm not sure if I met the rest of them at Connect 4, but then through her, I met the Embraceables. They're really good. Not a lot. There's a bunch. We could be here all day, and then if I leave out names, people might get upset.
This is true.
So everybody, I like Connect 4 as a whole. I remember the first time I walked into Connect 4, I went down the wrong staircase, and John yelled at me for coming down the wrong staircase. He didn't really yell, but he reprimanded me in somewhat of a harsh tone, and I felt really bad. But then we became really good friends. So that's cool.
That is cool. Actually, I wanted to talk about the work that you do in high schools, because I really thought that was really awesome of you.
Yes.
You do like rap seminars?
I was working with some kids earlier this year. Was it last? I think it was earlier this year at Amundsen High School, and yeah, they first called me to speak about what I do musically and perform for the kids, and yeah, just discussing the entire writing process and my approach on writing. And then they called me back to do some beat making workshops with the kids, so I taught them how to do some, you know, basic productions on GarageBand. So they ended up producing their own beat and writing their own lyrics. It was all anti-gang violence lyrics, which is really cool. And ended up hooking them up with Rumble Arts and recorded their track. It's awesome.
That's really awesome. You've done some work with Rumble Arts as well before, haven't you?
Yeah, I've done some fundraisers for Rumble Arts, multiple fundraisers, and I was hosting an event called Philharmonic Foreplay at Music Lounge, and those were fundraisers for Rumble Arts as well.
That's really exciting. So the last video that you released was the Get Your Nerd On video. Do you plan on releasing any other videos in the future?
A Nerd On video, which also Amira is featured in that video. She's beating me with a lightsaber. Yeah, I do plan on releasing some more videos and shooting some more videos myself. I now have adequate equipment to start shooting some high definition, full HD 1080p, which is 1920 by 1080 pixels high definition.
Yeah, that's where that Get Your Nerd On video takes full effect on you.
So yeah, I definitely plan on shooting some more. That's kind of what I'm gravitating more. I've been thinking more about video ideas than actual new songs. So kind of leaning towards video this year.
Where do you get your inspiration from your songs and for the videos? All the videos that I've seen of yours have been really interesting and funny.
I don't know. I usually drunkenly brainstorm a couple of nights before we're supposed to start shooting. I don't know. I watch a lot of science fiction, so that works its way in not too often in my videos, so I'm not even sure why I mentioned that. But that worked its way into the Get My Nerd On video. I don't know. I just think up some wild shit. I usually have some people I'm working with that provide some nice feedback and good ideas as well.
For the videos?
Yeah.
And as for your music, where are you getting inspiration for that?
I don't know.
Waking Life.
Waking Life, yeah. That's a good one. I don't know. Random. I draw from random sources. I write very differently when I'm around my kids than when I'm not around my kids, so drawing off of their energy can produce some interesting songs. But usually just shit that's going on in my life and random thoughts that are bouncing around in my head. And there's lots of corruption going on in the city, so it's always a good source of angry lyrics.
What is it about your experience growing up that led you to use music as your outlet?
I don't know. I think as a youth I probably had a bit of a complex of not really feeling like I was being heard in the way I wanted to be heard. So once I started doing music, that kind of started kind of fit. I felt like I was where I belonged. So my parents got me on computers at a very early age too, at like 4 years old, so I've always kind of gravitated towards using computers, so kind of all fit together nicely.
Do you see your children developing any kind of creative, artistic avenues?
Yeah, my son was a member of Chicago Children's Choir for 2 years, and he was really good at it, and he unfortunately did not want to go back this year. Won't. But he's really good. And, but yeah, he likes to sing, he likes to goof off. So, he likes to be a nutcase in front of a camera. Have no idea where he got that from. My daughter likes to paint and likes to draw, and she really likes animals, and they're both really silly, and they both like to laugh and make people laugh, and they're both kind of smart asses.
That sounds like they take a lot after their father.
No, not at all.
No.
No. But yeah, they're awesome. Hi kids, I love you.
That's really sweet. Going back to your beginnings, even from before being at Q4, have you seen a big progression in your career and your development as an artist?
Yeah, I've noticed, definitely gotten more comfortable with my flow since the days when I started going to Q4. I already considered myself as somewhat good back in those days, but definitely it's always a learning experience, and encountering new people and seeing what people react to and what people don't react to is always good. It's always good food for thought, and always helps you. I like to think of being a good artist as treading the fine line or the overlapping area in a Venn diagram, where one circle is what people want to hear and the other circle is what I want to say, and then there's like a very small overlap. Venn diagrams are really awesome. So I try to stay in that overlapping area, which can be a little bit cramped at times, but for the most part I like to stay in there, because yeah.
What would you say to somebody who is looking to, start a career, begin performing, who has never done such thing before?
I'd say make sure you go and perform your music and show your music to more than just your family and friends, because they're all going to tell you it's really good. But you should perform it in front of people who you don't know and who can be harsh and judgmental, and see if they think it's good. And that's one thing. And also you should decide if you want to be a performer or a fan, because with the advent of newer technology and easier accessibility to things like cheap USB powered mics and GarageBand, it's very easy for anyone to call themselves an artist. So, where were we?
What the hell were we just talking about?
Advice to people.
Yes.
Practice lots, and follow your heart, and yeah.
That's
Try
good
some
advice.
drugs. Try hallucinogens.
Well.
It works for me. But yeah.
Or not, no,
Or
you
not,
don't have
or not.
to.
You don't have to, but that's just my personal opinion.
So maybe to end off the interview, we'll maybe connect it a little bit more again to the Connect 4 experience and like the community that we kind of have here. What is the biggest advantage that you find to working within a community? Like, you live in Pilsen, everybody's kind of close-knit over there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there is an advantage to having a community of creative minds around you?
Definitely. I've had, just with random people even coming over to my house to pay me visits, like different groups of random people, coming over to my house just to visit, have resulted in some very interesting and productive business meetings sometimes, and events have gotten, the wheels have started spinning on events getting organized and things like that, just from living in close proximity to amazing people. And so yeah, I love it. I think it's very useful living around so many artists and like-minded people.
Is that inspiration from you? I know that we've talked before about you being able to become almost self-sufficient from your art, from your music. Is that something that you feel has been one of the advantages of this kind of community?
Yeah, definitely. And I've done a countless number of shows in Pilsen now, which is good because I get to walk out the house in my pajamas, which is nice. But yeah, it's definitely useful, and I don't know, I'm able to promote more effectively, and even at one point when I had the USB powered wireless internet, I was able to sit on my stoop and handle my online business while still promoting and catching the buzz on 18th Street, which is really nice simultaneously. Yeah, getting a lot of work done, multitasking.
That's really awesome. Sitting at your stoop in your pajamas, that's very Phillip Morris.
It's very, very Phillip Morris. I like pajamas.
Okay, well, I think we'll end this interview here. And we'll go hang out, me and you. But I want to thank you. This has been Phillip Morris from Chicago at Connect 4 for the 9/11 Resistance Show.
Bye.